the thought on this team heading into this
Arkansas,
week?
yeah, Arkansas is good. They're good. They have a great quarterback, a strong backfield. Multiple running backs that are dangerous. And so, for us, it's we're all hands on deck this week on D, just stopping the run and getting down to business. So I'm excited. It's going to be a challenge for us, but I think their guys are up for it.
KJ Jefferson, obviously,
Yeah.
heck of a player, and a lot of that's going to be
Heck of a
on you
player.
and your boys to try and corral him, contain him. What's the key as you guys prepare to?
Yeah, it's kind of like option football. I mean, these guys do a lot of just like different stuff, different moving pieces in the backfield. So he's a big boy. He's 230, and so for us, like we got to account for him. He's not just a thrower. He's a threat in the run game. So for us, it's like, hey, we got to get a guy on the back, a guy on the quarterback, a guy on the tight end. So it's a lot of guys doing their assignments this week, and if we do that, we'll be fine.
Coach E was telling us he's a little bit like kind of every quarterback that you guys have faced so far, with the running and the throwing and
Yeah.
a little bit of everything. Do you see kind of a Frankenstein's monster with what you've seen
Yeah.
to this point of the year?
Yeah, and I feel like football's kind of that way now, right? You want to be dual threat. You want to be doing multiple things. It just makes you more versatile, and it makes you a better football player. So for us, it's like nothing changes a bunch for us. Obviously, we got a new install, new defense, but at the end of the day, it just comes down to tackling, comes down to having heart, and it's a game of inches. We learned that last Saturday. You lose a few phases, a few series here and there, it can change the whole game. So we got to be dialed, firing on all cylinders this weekend. If we do that, we'll be fine.
Talon Alfrey's kind of taken the same path as you with the injury. He's
Yeah.
kind of slowed his start. What have you seen from him and how he's played?
Yeah, Talon's my guy. That's my roommate every weekend for games. I'm so happy for him. He's been playing extremely well, physical cat. So he's back there making plays, and when he's in the game, I trust him, and he works hard. So that's a guy that he takes care of his business, and I respect that a bunch. I'm happy for him because I know I remember him this past offseason going through it, right, with his Achilles. So seeing everyone loves a good story, and for him to come back and after such a tough injury. For me, that's inspiring, and so I'm happy for him. Every opportunity he gets, he's earned, and so the sky's the limit for that guy.
I'm just curious, how do they assign roommates?
Yeah.
Do you guys pick them, or is it random?
No, you don't pick them. You just get assigned. So me and Talon weren't super close this off season, but since South Florida, we've been kicking it every weekend. So that's my guy now.
Place tear up Vegas.
Tore it up.
What's he like as a pregame roommate? Is he the guy that you got to beat him to sleep because he snores a little? Or?
I beat him to sleep every week, so but that's just me. I love getting to bed early. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure you ask him, might be a different story. You know what I'm saying? But no, Talon's a guy that he takes care of his P's and Q's, and he's all about business. Always watching film, always trying to perfect his craft. So a lot of respect for him.
Coach E was talking about how the evolution of when he decides to dial up blitzes versus coverage blitzes,
Yeah.
dropping guys. Do you feel like as a player you get a pretty good idea when those calls are going to come and the type of situations, circumstances where you guys might be dialing up the backfield blitzes, I guess?
Yeah, great question. For me, we do have a little. I mean, I have a little bit of a feel just because I know, like, depending on the down and distance, right? 3rd and long, that's going to be a different call than 1st and 10, right? So it all depends. We got calls for 3rd and medium, 3rd and short. We're bringing the house, so it's pretty. It's different for every game, and really depends on what you see during the week on film. So if we see, they like to leak a back out on a 3rd and short, we're gonna count for that.
A lot of it's high risk, high reward in that sense as far as bringing those blitzes. When
Yeah.
you get home versus when they make a big play, what's that like, those moments? Because you don't dial up a ton of, you're not blitzing every time. So what are those moments like?
That's the part of football. I mean, you take a risk and you're either going to come out big or you're going to lose big. So, for example, this past week, Notre Dame had some great plays, and so that's just going to happen, right? And that's just how football is. And so if we can control the early downs, control 1st down, 2nd down, put them in tough 3rd down situations, that helps us out, right? It's just easy football. If we can do that, it's a lot easier said than done. But yeah, high risk, high reward. It comes down to they're going to dial the blitz, but you got to beat a man. So that's how that goes.
Ben, after you know the drill with Independence, after a couple losses, the questions of
Yeah.
what becomes motivation. How do you guys stay focused to make sure that a couple of these losses don't derail the season?
Yeah, it's tough because I'm just like the next guy, right? It breaks my heart every loss that we have. It's you want to go to New Year's 6, you want to run the table and go undefeated, but these losses, they're tough, they're hard to swallow, and so for us, it's as a competitor, week to week, you're gonna go out there and play your heart out, right? You're playing for your family, you're playing for your brothers, your friends, your teammates, and so it's not a thing of we got to get to this bowl game, that bowl game, and say every week we take it week to week. You want to go out there, put your best foot forward. You want to go win every single game, and sometimes you come up short, and it's just getting back to the chalkboard and making those adjustments for the next week. So as far as staying dialed, it's not, nothing changes for us. If you really believe in what you're doing as a program, you're not going to just jump ship after a loss, right? You're going to stick to your values, your morals, and so for us, staying dialed is something that we're planning on doing.
Is there anything to the recent day game struggles for you guys? Another day game kickoff? Anything to that in recent games?
Yeah, as you guys know, I mean, we play a lot of late night Saturday games, but for example, this week, right, we're playing at 1:30, correct? And so this week we changed our lifts. We're lifting at 7:45 in the morning just so we can get up, get going, get the juices flowing. And so by Saturday we'll be locked and loaded. That's already something we've been doing all week. So there's a lot of stuff, a lot of cerebral things that happen behind the scenes that we're not a part of, but it just gets implemented. So for us, 1:30, we just got to come ready to go. That's as simple as that. You got to start dialing it up at 7:45 in the morning, not 4:45 in the afternoon.
Were those early morning lifts a thing for some of the earlier kicks that you guys had?
They were not. No, we just started that.
Peyton was kind of talking about how much you've rotated linebackers this
Yeah.
year, probably a little bit more than last year. What does that change for you personally throughout a game?
Got to make your reps count. Absolutely. It's everybody wants to play every snap, right? Let's be honest. That's how the game is. You put your heart and soul into this. It's college football, but it's the team. The team comes first. You got to put your ego to the side. You got to put your pride to the side, and just buy into what the coaches want. And so we've stayed healthy. That's the biggest thing, and that was their goal going into it. And so we're just gonna keep doing this until the end of the season.
Anything else?
Appreciate you guys. Thank you guys.